Today I'm on a quest. The quest is to find and ride the Bulldog Tunnel. Okay, I'm getting scared. I don't know much about Bulldog Tunnel, but when I hear people mention it, they tend to speak in whispers. Bulldog Tunnel. The tunnel, I hear, is on an abandoned railway called the Columbia and Western Rail Trail near Castlegar, British Columbia. I've ridden part of this trail before in a previous video in which I kept calling it the Castlegar Rail Trail, a misnomer, but if you call it that, people will still know what you mean. Anyway, today I'm riding solo, and I'm looking for Bulldog Tunnel, a channel through stone that is so long and inky black as to drive men mad. Okay, I'm overdoing it, but stick with me. Together, we'll get through this. But first, lunch. I stopped at the Lion's Head pub in Castlegar for my midday repast and to gather my bearings. The Lion's Head is on the north shore of the Columbia River near Castlegar, and the trailhead for the Columbia and Western Rail Trail lay on the south side of the river, across from the Hugh Keenley side dam. The trail runs west along the Columbia River and Upper Arrow Lake before, well, the details got blurry after that. I heard talk of a washout that made the trail impassable at a certain point. Others said that you could get through. Only one way to find out, I guess. Besides, I was really only looking to find Bulldog Tunnel, and everyone agreed that yes, I could at least get that far. Now, because I had already ridden part of this trail earlier in the summer, I didn't stop to film much on what had become familiar ground. So forgive me if I pepper in a few shots from that previous ride when I went with my friend Julie. When you see two bikes together, that's from a few weeks ago. When it's just me, that's from today. A few shorter tunnels and some bridges season the trail along the way. And then, Bulldog Tunnel. Bulldog Tunnel. Even without any markings to announce it, I could tell that this was it. I could tell by the chill air emanating from its black maw like the cold exhalation from the lair of some Tolkien-esque ice worm. I shuddered, knowing that my penchant for melodrama would force me to go way over the top when it came to writing this voiceover, and so it came to pass. With trembling hands and stunted breath, I entered the darkness. My KLR 650 motorcycle does have a headlight, but it's akin to the bulb you'd find inside a refrigerator. What I'm saying is, it's not a light with enough power to disperse ghosts. And while I don't believe in ghosts, not really. If I ever might believe, it's here. The tunnel runs for nearly a kilometer, and during its construction in 1899, two workers entered what was then essentially a cave, too soon after blasting, and they died from asphyxiation. Years after its completion, in 1912, another worker died near the entrance, crushed between a locomotive and a handcart. So, ghosts aren't real, or if they are, they're not harmful. But in most other places on Earth, I don't need to remind myself of that. Here in the dark, though. And then, just for the camera, I stopped in the middle of the tunnel and switched off my bike. Ooh. Okay, I'm getting scared. I don't know if you can see that, YouTube. Oh, freak. There's a little dot of light. I'm actually scaring myself right now. Kind of Blair Witch Project kind of thing. Something, if I turn on my light, there's something right in front of me. Oh, I can't get my bike started. Oh my word. Okay. No. There were no apparitions when my light came on, no pallid tunnelers from the 19th century, no broken railmen from 1912. Nothing. I'm just surprised that my KLR started when I needed it to. I had creeped myself out because I have an overactive imagination, and I had watched Pet Sematary when I was 16. I rejoined the daylight. I breathed free. And then I remembered that I had to go back and collect my camera. That's a crazy long tunnel. So I've ridden this thing now a couple times both directions just for the camera, and I can tell you that it's much more ominous driving away from the light than it is driving towards the light. I guess it's a metaphor for life. Anyway, it was a great ride, and I found a way out, back to the highway, back to Castlegar, and back to Toad Rock Motorcycle Campground, where there was no reason to fear the dark.
We'll get back up again.
Don't click off just yet. I want to tell you my plan.
We'll get back up again. Get back up, get back up, get back up, get back up again. Get back up, get back up, get back up, get back up again.
In the future, I'll partner with sponsors to help pay for my YouTube life. That's the future, because if I approach sponsors now, they'll see 2,000 subscribers on my channel and they'll say, hard pass. When I hit 50,000 subscribers though, they may say, let's talk. So subscribe. Thanks. It helps me and it's free.